Monday, June 18th, day 76. Yeah, I'm in northern Pennsylvania, and my feet hurt from the rocks and all the little flies and bugs are getting annoying. Boy, terrible night's sleep again. Something big kept walking up to my tent last night. I'd flip on the light, make a little noise, it'd run away. I assume it was a bear. I had nothing smellable in my tent. My food bag was hung far away. I don't know what it was. I went on till, I don't know, 11:30, midnight. Finally, I lit a cigarette, and I figured, well, the smoke will deter them. And I guess it did, because I didn't hear them again. But, oh, gosh. It's 2 nights in a row of lousy sleep. And this trail's wearing on my nerves. Yeah, I actually don't think you could pay me to hike this section of the trail again. Oh, I didn't find anything enjoyable about it. This last part, towards the Allentown hiking club shelter, was just really, really slow, frustratingly slow, going through the rocks. I'm the last one to leave the shelter this morning. I was trying to get a little bit more sleep. And of course I got here completely out of water just before dark, so I really didn't have time to do anything except put up my tent, eat a dinner, and go to bed. And then keep running off whatever it was that was sniffing around my tent area. Unfortunately, I was way down at the far end of the tent area, right in the woods. So, yeah, it's the only choice left when I got here. So now I'm headed down to where there should be water. So, I'll fill up, get a little coffee and breakfast, and see if I can regroup and get ready for another day of hiking. All right. Well, I kind of just got a confirmation that was a bear last night hanging around my tent. Tea Time and Peak had camped about 2 or 3 miles prior to the shelter I was at, and they had a couple of day hikers pull in their little spot too. So the 4 of them were camped out, and they said early this morning a bear just sat right underneath their food bag, and they were watching it all morning as it just pulled up and curled up and sat right there under the food bag. So they weren't scared at all by the bear. In fact, they were fascinated. But day hikers, excuse me, terrified. And I knew it was a bear last night. It was not little scurrying feet in the bushes. It was crunch, 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 something big moving. And it was persistent, because I would shoo it off every 10, 15 minutes. I'd turn off my light and try and go back to sleep, and it would come back. And I'm like, okay, that's a bear. And he got real close too. I mean, that bear had to be within 6 feet of my tent. I can't figure out what was smelling in my tent, other than I had just eaten dinner, and the residual odor of that dinner was still just on me. Because I had nothing smellable in there, in the tent. Everything was hung up in the food bag. But those bears, they have noses that are better, than hound dogs. I mean, they can smell if you've eaten anything, they'll smell it 3 miles away and come investigate.